you're watching TMI, 10 minutes of a fucking interview. And tonight we are talking to Matisyahu, straight from New York, here in Moscow, with his show. And would like to know more about him, his music. And the first thing I'm going to ask him is, for me, I've been listening to your song Searching, like, you know, millions of times, really. But I first heard it when we were playing FIFA 2013. So the first question I'd like to ask you is, how did your song get into the game? Like, what happened?
Well, I think we established some kind of relationship with the company and sent them the music, and they liked it, and they just chose it. It was kind of a little bit interesting to me, like that they chose that song in particular. But I think it's cool.
But was it first it's your intention, or they contacted you? Like...
No, yeah, they contacted after I finished my record, and then I sent it out to a lot of places like ESPN and the different sports networks and the video games also.
Have you played the game yourself?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I really am a fan of hockey. I like NHL hockey.
Oh, okay.
So I usually play that, but I like the football also. FIFA is good.
But that song got into the football game, not the hockey game.
Not the hockey game. It would be cool if it was in the hockey game because I'm playing that all the time.
Yeah, it's like next time, I guess. Yeah. Next time. You know, for us, for Russians, we do not always like understand what the foreigners are saying. You know, what they're singing about. So, what or who have you been searching for all your life?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's more like a metaphor for a lot of different things. Yeah, but searching is like a reference for, you know, to God, or, you know, something like along those lines. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Like you are really good at beatboxing. Like I think you're really good at that. Have you heard of DubFX?
That's a beatboxer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard of him actually. Yeah. Where's he based from?
Well, you know, he's a kind of a street musician. You know, he travels around and gives like street concerts everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen him on YouTube, I think.
Yeah. What do you think of him?
Pretty amazing. Yeah.
Would you like to perform together one day? Like,
I would like to. I'd like to collaborate with the beatboxing. I think it sounds really good when there's two beatboxers. One of the first times I ever saw that was with Razel and Kenny Mohammed, who back in New York City at a place called Tramps in like the 90s. And whenever, from the time I saw them do that, then I thought, okay, I can do something like that also. I like the way that the younger beatboxers have kind of taken the music of today and are incorporating how to create that music with their mouths and through beatbox. Yeah.
Okay. Some more questions. Like, let's come back a little bit into the time when you started out, actually. What made you interested in the cultural heritage, you know, like, and the faith of Jewish? I mean, you used to be kind of rebel at school, as far as I understand. I want to ask one more thing about that. How did you come to that? Like, what was your motivation? How did that happen?
Well, when I was 16, I went to Israel, and I spent like 3 months in school there. And while I was there, I felt like a strong connection because I knew that I was Jewish. I come from Jewish roots, but I didn't know that much about it. And there was some kind of like, I had like a pull towards it, like just something that, because I was like, like you said, searching spiritually for something and for like a connection with God. So I just decided, okay, well, let me explore Judaism. And then I just really started exploring it heavily and found myself like becoming part of it.
Okay. And I can't avoid asking you this question. Like, I'm a big fan of South Park. For sure you've seen some of the episodes, and for sure you know what I'm talking about. How do you feel about that? Like, do you take it easy, or you think that it's offensive, or like, what do you think about that?
I think it's important to like be able to laugh at yourself, and I think like all people need to be able to like laugh at themselves. So I try not to take it too seriously.
Yeah, but so you watch it and you like it, or
or what? If I see it and they're making jokes, like sometimes I might feel a little put off, but I try to just not make a big deal out of it.
Oh, okay, all right.
And sometimes it's funny. It's real funny.
Yeah, I think the same. And again, talking of that time, as far as I know, there is some information about that you nearly burned the chemistry class in your school. Like, what was it?
Well, I used to have like dreadlocks, and I used to put all kinds of shit in them to make them stick together, you know?
Okay.
So there was like chemicals and all kinds of stuff, and I was like leaning over the Bunsen burner. You know, but they have the burner, the flame for in chemistry, and it's and like
caught fire.
Yeah, my whole hair caught on fire, and
Oh,
like I was okay. They put someone, my best friend was happy to have an excuse to start beating me on the head with his textbook.
And so you put down the fire. And
We fit it out. Yeah, I had a headache, but it's okay.
Okay, okay. One more thing. You know, like the Jewish people have a kind of, I don't know what's that. Is it a stereotype or something? But I think it's true all over the world that they have a stereotype for being kind of greedy. You know, people have make jokes about that and stuff. So is it really true? And maybe like how did it appear? Why do people think so? Like,
I think actually like the most generous people that I know in my life are Jewish. And the most generous, like, because Jews also have a reputation for being stingy. But the most generous people I know in my life are Jewish. And I think that the stereotype sort of started and happened because Jews are smart. And we find ourselves in high positions in the world. Even after, like, no other group of people after what we went through would be able to bounce back. And such a small group of people running so much shit all over the world. So naturally, people get jealous, and that's one big way how anti-Semitism happens, and it has always happened. When Joseph went to Egypt in the Bible, and he started running the country. He went in as a slave and became like the top guy and started running the country. And he was smart, and he knew there was a drought coming, and he had the people stockpile, and then he ripped a lot of people off, So I think Jewish people sometimes are like anybody, is using their head for helping people and helping the world, and other times just for taking for themselves. Okay. So I think you have that with all people, but certainly Jews are not separate from that,
They were just more successful than the others.
Oh yeah. Also, in the old days, in a lot of Europe, Jews were not allowed to have like regular jobs. And they were the ones that had to loan money. The banks, that's how they were loaning money, because basically, I guess that was it was considered by the Christian church sort of dirty to handle money. And so they said the Jews have to do it. So that's one way how Jews got into money and banking.
Oh, okay. And since then, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. You play. I can't exactly say that you play reggae music. Yeah, you do a lot of rap, and it's like a real mix. But talking of reggae, like it appeared to be as a kind of music. But now a lot of people actually think that we can call that a religion. What do you think of that? Like there is a god and there is a sacred plant,
and
I mean like reggae and Rastafari. Like what do you think of that? Can we call that a religion, a new one, or what?
I don't think that even Rastafarians like to call themselves religion, because they're very like anti-organized religion. I think they consider it more like a lifestyle, but it is religious because there are rules, and there's groups that believe different things and follow different rules. But I think it's kind of the main thing that they've given the world is reggae music. Jamaica and that culture, Rasta culture, has given the whole entire world reggae music and dub music, and I think that's what we really have to be thankful for them. Yeah.
Okay. In Russia, New Year is the favorite holiday of all. So how are you going to celebrate it? Where, who with, and what's gonna happen on the 31st of December?
I'm gonna go to a concert and watch, not play. Just go watch a concert of a band that I used to really like when I was a kid.
Which one?
Fish. They're called Fish. It's like a rock band. They're a big American improvisational band, and when I was a kid, I dropped out of high school and followed them around. So I still like to go to their shows every now and then. And New Year's, they're crazy. Okay. Yeah.
Is it gonna happen in New York?
In Miami.
Oh, in Miami. So you're gonna be in Miami.
Warm weather.
Okay. I got it. I've been to New York many times. I really love the city. I know you were born there. Oh, no, actually, or not. Or you moved there as a kid, probably.
Yeah, New York, yeah.
Yeah. So, can you recommend one place to visit, like, apart from the famous touristic things? Is there a place, like, especially like which is not very famous, but which means a lot to you?
There's some cool places. Like one place is in the East Village called the Turkish bathhouses, and they're like old school Russian bathhouse, you know, with like steam rooms
I've never been there, but I've seen it.
in different rooms for massages, and it's up on. It's like not where you would expect it. It's in the village and like on this roof. It's like kind of cool. Yeah, like old school, all like Russian guys working there and stuff.
What's the name again?
They call it I think it's called the Turkish bathhouse. They call it the Turkish, but I think it's all Russian, or maybe it's the Russian bathhouse, somewhere in the East Village.
Okay.
If you Google it, you'll find it.
Yeah. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
The last question: are you going to do that like crowd jumping tonight?
Oh, maybe. I have to see like how I feel and how the crowd is. If it's the right moment, then I'll do it. I don't usually plan it, only if it's right.
And like, is it okay for you to do that? I mean, I've heard that sometimes it's not even okay for you, like, to hang a woman's hand, or
It used to be that way, but then I changed my like ideas and my rules. So if you know any nice women, you could send them my way.
Ah, okay.
Just kidding.
And absolutely the last thing, okay, if you can for one more minute. Russia is very rich in like history and culture. So I just wanted, to show you some pictures and just see who you know or who you probably don't know, and like I'll quickly tell you about them. So this guy,
I forget his name. He's famous old Russian poet.
kind of writer.
Yeah. What's his name again?
Tolstoy.
Tolstoy.
Lev Tolstoy. Okay, I don't know if you know this guy.
He looks like so Russian. Like I saw the guy that looks like this on the plane.
Буквально минута, yeah.
We have to go. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Who is
You know this guy?
No. Who's that?
He's probably the most famous Russian reggae singer.
Really?
Yeah, he's from Ja Division. That's a band in
What's it
Russia. Ja Division.
Okay.
Yeah, so
He has a lot of cash there.
Yeah.
He's happy.
looks like that.
Yeah.
This one is a difficult one.
Dancer, famous ballet dancer. I forgot his name.
Baryshnikov.
Baryshnikov.
Yeah. This one?
No, I don't know who.
Okay. That's like one of the best Russian fighters,
Boxer.
Yemelyanenko. Yeah, he's not a boxer actually, no.
UFC.
Mixed fighting.
Oh,
Mixed
UFC.
fighting. This guy?
Oh yeah. We know who that is. That's Putin. That's kind of
Okay. This ladies?
I don't know who they are. Oh, is that Pussy Riot?
Yep. You got it. This ladies?
No. Who's
No?
that?
Tattoo.
Tattoo artists?
Yep. Have you heard of them?
If they're on a TV show?
They were like real popular in Japan. No, they're musicians. They play,
they're musicians.
used to play music.
Oh,
like,
cool. I don't
yeah.
know.
Okay, just a few left. Oops. Got this guy.
Oh yeah, in the space. Who is that? What's
Yeah,
his name?
Gagarin.
What is it?
The first guy in space.
Yeah, what's his
Gagarin.
name? Gagarin. Okay.
Yuri Gagarin.
I thought Americans had the first guy in space.
No, we
I'm
had
just
the first
kidding.
guys. You were the first on the moon, though.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
sure about that, but
Maybe. Yeah.
But maybe,
That's
yeah.
what we said. No,
Two
who's
more.
this?
Oh, really?
I don't know.
No, that's Stalin. Like,
Oh, that's Stalin. Okay.
Yeah. And the last guy.
No, who's that? That's Beatboxer?
Kind of. It's a Russian rapper. Well, he thinks he's a rapper anyway.
Is he good?
Personally, I don't think so, but lots of people in Russia do.
Cool.
So, okay, I got, but you guessed some?
Yeah.
You guessed some? Thank you very much. And I wish you to have a great concert tonight. There are lots of people waiting for you. So thank you for having time to talk to us.
Sure.
Yeah, and good luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.